Hello, buddy, and welcome to the 1978 New York Yankee pregame show for today, for April 22nd, 1978. Tonight, we'll go over the starters, the lineups, and what's been going on in Major League Baseball here as we go to April 22nd, 1978. Tonight's game, or today's game this afternoon, Mike Caldwell of the Milwaukee Brewers will take on Dick Tidrow of the New York Yankees. In this game today between the Yankees and Brewers, the New York Yankees come in with a record of 6 wins and 6 losses. They're 2.5 games in back of the front-running Baltimore Orioles, who are 9-4. They're 1 game ahead of the Boston Red Sox. The Milwaukee Brewers are 6 wins and 7 losses. They won Friday night's game as they go to game 2 of this series between Yankee Killer Mike Caldwell and New York Yankee Dick Tidrow. As we look inside the numbers on these teams, we can tell you when you look at the grand totals, the New York Yankees come in 5th in the American League hitting at 284, while the Brewers are at 278. When you look at the league's leading in pitching, Yankees are at 3.91, Milwaukee's at 4.11. Both teams are very competitive within each division, so it should be a great ball game here in the Bronx between the Yankees and Brewers. If you look at the league's leading hitters, Greg Nettles is hitting 381, one of the league's American League hitters, but the Major League leading hitter is Don Money of the Milwaukee Brewers, hitting 464, having a career year in April, having one of the better years you can have. So congratulations to Don Money as he's having a fantastic season so far. Don Money leads the American League at 464, while Art Howe leads the National League, hitting at 426. Then the Golden Twins of the Boston Red Sox, Jim Rice hitting 412, and Fred Lynn hitting 409 as we're almost through the end of April of 1978. We want to thank you very much for being here for today's game between the New York Yankees and the Milwaukee Brewers. Please be with us today as we'll go ahead and like, subscribe, and comment what you want to see more from today's game. What we'll go ahead and do is go over the starting lineups for today's game. For the visiting Milwaukee Brewers will be Paul Molitor leading off at short, Don Money batting second at second, Cecil Cooper batting third at first, Larry Heisel batting fourth and left, Ben Ogilvy batting fifth, the designated hitter. Batting sixth is the third baseman Sal Bando. Batting seventh is the center fielder Gorman Thomas. Batting eighth, the right fielder Jim Wolford. Batting ninth, the catcher Charlie Moore. And on the mound for the New York Yankees is Dick Tidrow. For Dick Tidrow, he comes in with a record of 2 wins and no losses, .60 ERA, having a fantastic year for the Yanks, making his 3rd start of the season. For the Yanks, Willie Randolph leads off. He's playing second. Mickey Rivers batting second and center. Roy White batting third and left. Reggie Jackson batting fourth and right. Lou Piniella is the designated hitter. Cliff Johnson batting sixth is behind the plate. Chris Chambliss batting 7th at first. Greg Nettles batting 8th at third. And Bucky Dent is your batting 9th at shortstop. And on the mound for the Milwaukee Brewers, it will be Mike Caldwell. Mike Caldwell in the season making his first start of the season, as he got a little late start of the season with his with some preseason injuries, but he's coming on strong. He's always been a great Yankee killer, and he'll bring that to the Yankee Stadium today. So we're about ready to get going here at the stadium. It is the New York Yankees taking on the Milwaukee Brewers right here at Yankee Stadium in New York. And we welcome you to the stadium as we begin the game between the Brewers and the Yankees. The Yankees again coming at 500, 2.5 in back of the Orioles, while the Milwaukee Brewers sit 6-7. Paul Molitor is the leadoff. He's your shortstop. Dick Tidrow on the mound, and we're about ready for baseball here. Again, so the 1978 replay, as Cleveland baseball fan, is here to watch the game. Hello, Tim. How are you? Welcome to the game. All right. We started off here with Paul Molitor. He'll lead off at shortstop, hitting .214, 2 homers, 5 RBIs. Dick Tidrow having one of the better seasons so far for the Yanks at 2-0. He gets started, and here we go. First pitch of the game. That is a pop up to shortstop. Dent is there, makes the catch, and that is your first out. Here is the second baseman, Don Money. Again, he's having such a great season. 56 at bats, hitting 464, 3 homers, 8 RBIs. Again, he leads the American majors in hitting. Johnson behind the plate. Tidrow looks in. Here is the windup to Don Money, and he hits a little liner caught by Nettles at third. 2 outs. Here's the first baseman, Cecil Cooper. Had a good game last night with the home run. He's now hitting 273, 4 home runs, and 9 runs batted in. Cooper, left-handed hitter, sits in that crouch. Johnson behind the plate. Dick Tidrow looks in, gets it from Johnson. Here's the pitch to Cooper, and that is a pop-up to short. Then should get it, and that's a 1-2-3 inning for the Brewers. We go to the bottom of the first. Milwaukee, nothing. Here come the Yankees. So Willie Randolph will lead off. Will be followed by Rivers and White. Randolph hitting 245, 1 RBI in the season. He's stolen 3 bases 5 times via the walk. Again, this is Caldwell's first start of the year, normally known to be a New York Yankee killer. The Brewers defensively is Heisel in left, Thomas in center, and Wolford in right. Then it's around the infield is Bando, Malter, Money, Cooper. Not a good defensive infield, especially up the middle. Moore is your catcher today, and Mike Caldwell is your pitcher. Caldwell, the lefty, looks into Randolph. Here is your first pitch to Willie Randolph. And that's a walk to Randolph. He gets a sixth walk of the season. And the Yankees have the leadoff base runner. They have to take advantage here. They don't usually get these opportunities against Caldwell. So Randolph will take the lead. Does he get the jump? Yes, he does. And he steals second. So Randolph has his 4th stolen base of the season. And now here's Mickey Rivers, hitting a very nice 327 on the season, hot start of month of April. 3 triples, 4 homers, 12 runs batted in. Moore sets the sign. Caldwell looks in now. Yankees and runner on second, no men out. Here's the pitch to Rivers, and that will be a strikeout to Rivers. So Mike Caldwell gets the big strikeout. And now here is the Yankee left fielder, Roy White. Comes in batting right-handed. He's a switch hitter. Through 25 at-bats, it's a home run and 3 runs batted in, hitting at an even 200. Moore sets the target. Caldwell looks in. Runner on second, 1 out. Here's the pitch to the Yankee switch hitter. That is a ground ball to short. Malter has it. He has a hard time getting it out of his glove. He throws it over Cooper's head. Randolph will score on the overthrow. White will take second base, and the Yankees take a 1-0 lead. There's the inexperience of Paul Malter at shortstop. They have to find a better position at some point. Right now, he looks to be an excellent hitter, but he's a man without a position. So Yankees lead 1-0 on the E6. Call that a single in an E6. Let's see what they call that on the official score for runs batted in. They do not give White the run batted in. They do give him a hit. As for Mike Caldwell's record, it does not go as a run either. So runner on second and 1 out. Jackson, the batter, hitting 200. Has a home run, 3 RBIs. Had a home run, I believe, in Saturday's game. Was his first home run. Let's see if that begins a big start for him. Moore puts down the sign. Caldwell now from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Jackson. And that will be a ground ball to second. Money has it, goes to Cooper, and that's out number 2. So White on at third, 2 outs for Piniella. He's hitting 448, only 29 at-bats, has a home run, 10 RBIs. Used sparingly, but when he's been used, he's been very productive as a Yankee. Runner on third, 2 outs. White takes a good lead off third. Moore puts down the sign. Caldwell looks in from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Piniella. And that is a ground ball to short. Malter got this one, throws him out, and that does it for the Yanks. To get a run, 1 hit, 1 man left. We played 1 inning of play, 1-0 Yanks as we go to the top of the second. Again, thank you for those who are coming out to the ballpark tonight. Please hit the turnstiles and hit your like, subscribe, do whatever you need to do, be part of our broadcast. And again, I thank you for being here. And now New York Yankees will again begin the top half of the second inning as we'll get back to play here. So now it'll be Larry Heisel, 2 home runs in last night's ball game, 4 home runs, 11 RBIs on the season. He's hitting 340. Johnson puts down the target. Dick Tidrow looks in. Here's the pitch to Heisel, and that is a fly ball to center. Mick is there, comes in, and does he make the catch? No, he drops it. He gets out of play, and that's an error on Rivers. I believe that is back-to-back games for errors for Rivers right now. 2 for Rivers. And now there's a runner on second and nobody out. So Mick could not handle it. So now the Brewers have a man in scoring position, runner on second and no out for Ben Ogilvy. Ogilvy hitting .314, no homers and 6 runs batted in. Johnston puts down the sign. Tidrow from the stretch. Here's the pitch. And there goes Heisel. He can go for 30, makes it. So Larry Heisel taking advantage of the slow to the pitcher's mound of the catcher Tidrow and a poor throwing arm in Cliff Johnson, and Larry Heisel has stolen third. So now here's Ogilvy now gets a chance of running on third with nobody out. Yankee will play the infield back. They're willing to give up the tie here. Johnson again sets the target. Tidrow from the stretch. He takes a peek at Heisel. Here's the pitch at Ogilvy, and he drives a right side. Will not matter. That ball is not coming back. That ball is gone. So home run Ben Ogilvy, and the Brewers lead it 2-1. A long drive, 2-run homer for Ogilvy, and for Ben, he homers, and the Brewers lead 2-1. So for Heisel, he gets a huge home run, 2 ribbies. Brewers lead 2-1, and all of a sudden the Yanks are in difficult position here. Here's Bando now, the captain. He's hitting .283, a homer and 10 ribbies. Johnson sets the target. Tidrow looks in. Here's the pitch to Bando, and that is a ground ball to short, picked up by Det, throws him out, and that's out number 1. Here is Gorman Thomas hitting .205, 2 homers, 7 ribbies. Johnson sets the target for him. Dick Tidrow looks in. Full windup to Gorman Thomas. And that is a line drive base hit for Gorman Thomas. Sends it up the middle. So Gorman Thomas has his second hit for the Brewers this inning. He's on with a runner on. And now here's Jimmy Wolford. Any Brewers become base stealers with a bad combination between Tidrow and Johnson. Johnson sets the target. Tidrow working from the stretch. Runner on first and 1 out. Here's the pitch to Wolford. And Wolford hits a liner at Nettles. Thomas has to scoot back, and there's 2 outs. Here's the catcher, Charlie Moore. Through 11 at-bats, he has 1 RBI, hitting at .182. Buck Martinez caught the first game of this series. Johnson sets the target. Tidrow looks and runner on first and 2 outs. And Thomas was looking to swipe the bag. Boy, he was close there, folks. So now we go here again. Oh, he picked him off. He did. Did he pick him off? Yes, he did. So Dick Tidrow picks off Gorman Thomas. That'll end the inning. The Brewers score 2. We go to the bottom of the second. It's 2-1 Milwaukee. So a great move by Tidrow. Actually stepped off a little bit and counter moved there and got Thomas leaning. So the Brewers lead 2-1. We head to the bottom 2. And it will be Cliff Johnson, Chris Chambliss, and Greg Nettles. Again, here's Cliff. He's playing instead of Thurman today, probably night game after a day game. No homers, 3 RBIs, and 23 at-bats. So Johnson steps up. Moore puts down the sign. Caldwell looks in. Full wind up to Cliff Johnson. And that's a ground ball to second. That's a tough play for Money to the right. He gets up, makes a throw. Got him. Good play by Don Money. That was a tough play. 1 out here for Chris Chambliss, hitting .277. Home run and 4 RBIs. Moore sets the sign. Caldwell looks in. Here's the pitch to Chambliss. And that is a line drive at Cooper for out number 2. Here's Greg Nettles, now hitting .381, 4 homers, 7 RBIs. He's had a very hot bat for the Yanks here in the month of April. Moore sets the sign. Caldwell looks in. 2 outs and nobody on. Pitch from left-hander to left-hander. 1-6, base at left field. Nettles takes a left-hander to left field the opposite way. He's on at first. 2 outs for the shortstop, Bucky Deb. Dent now hitting .238, 3 doubles, no RBIs. He steps up, runner on first. Dent to take a very casual lead off first base. Moore puts down the sign. Caldwell working from the stretch. Runner on first, 2 out, the pitch to Dent. And that will be a line drive at Don Money to end the inning. No runs, 1 hit, they leave 1. We play 2, Brewers 2, Yankees 1. Top 3rd here at the stadium. All right, top of the 3rd, it'll be Charlie Moore, followed by Modern Money. Moore, the batter against Tidrow. Johnson sets the sign. Tidrow looks in. Moore hitting .182, and he was up when Gorman Thomas got picked off. Full windup by Tidrow now. Here's the pitch. And that will be a base hit up the middle for Charlie Moore. So getting Gorman Thomas thrown out gave Charlie Moore a new life, and he singles up the middle. Moore, very athletic, good catcher. Here is Paul Mauder. Mauder so far in the game has popped up. He's 0 for 1. Johnson sets the target. Tidrow now working from the struts with runner on first. And the pitch, and Mahler leads a bunt down. And I don't think he did. He popped it straight up. Tidrow's got it. Moore has to stay still, and that was a wasted bump by Paul Mahler. That is not going to make his manager happy with one out here in the third. So Don Money steps in now 0 for 1, hitting .456, 3 home runs and 8 runs batted in. Money steps up, right-handed hitter. Been around for a while, played for the Phillies, then came over to the Brewers. Johnson sets the sign. Tidrow working from the stretch. Runner on first and 1 out. And Money. So Charlie Moore is trying to get an aggressive lead, but Tidrow steps off. Tidrow back on the mound, stares back at Moore. Here's the pitch to Don Money. And that will be a ground ball back to Tidrow. He'll go to short. That's all you're going to get. So Don Money beats the relay throw after a good hard slide. There's 2 outs and 1 on. Here is Cecil Cooper. He popped up his first time up. Johnson goes out, talks to Tidrow, kind of mumbles something to him, gets back behind the plate. Johnson puts down the sign for him. Tidrow nods. Working from the stretch is Tidrow. Here's the pitch to Cooper. And again, Don Money was trying to take a lead off first, but he gets back. So again, Tidrow using that sidestep to keep Money close. So Tidrow, again, working from the stretch. He's working hard out there. Here's the pitch to Cooper, and there's a fly ball to center. Rivers is there, makes the catch, and that is it for the Brewers in the third. Let's go to the bottom of the third. Milwaukee 2, Yankees 1. So far, the Brewers 2 runs on 3 hits and 1 error. The Yankees 1 run on 2 hits and 1 error. We'll take you to the out-of-town scoreboard after this inning, as will be Randolph, Rivers, and White, the bat against Caldwell. Moore sets the sign. Caldwell looks in, nods. Here is the pitch from the left-hander to Randolph. And Randolph, fly ball to center. Randolph walked his first time up. Thomas makes the catch, and there's 1 out. Here's Mick. Mick struck out his first time up. Average dipped to .321. That's the 7th time of the year Mickey had struck out. So it'll be left-hander Rivers against the left-handed pitching Caldwell. Moore sets the sign. Caldwell from the stretch, and here's the pitch to Rivers. And hits a ground ball down the first. Cooper with a nice play. He will take it to first base himself for the 2nd out. So with 2 outs, here is Roy White. He singled in the hole against Mahler, and then Mahler made a very bad throw over Cooper's head. That allowed the first Yankee run to score, and White took second on the throw. So White up now for the 2nd time. Bottom of the third, 2 outs. Brewers lead by a run. 2-run homer by Ben Ogilvie in the 2nd inning. Moore puts down the sign. Cooper looks in. Left-handed 2-switch hitting Roy White batting from the right-hand side. Here's the pitch to White. And that'll be a pop-up to short. Mahler calls him off, makes the catch. And we played 3 here at the stadium. It's Brewers 2, Yankees 1. So here's your out-of-town scoreboard. Twins 2, Angels nothing. Blue Jays over the White Sox 5-0. Tigers over the Rangers 8-2. Red Sox all over the Indians 7-1. Royals and Orioles no score. In the senior circuit, it is Astros and Dodgers 3-3. Pirates over the Cardinals 7-0. Phillies over the Expos 3-2. It's Mets over the Cubs 4-3. Mariners over the A's 2-1, as we played some little American League games here too. Giants over the Reds 3-1, and the Padres lead the Braves 2-0. So top of the 4th here at the stadium, Brewers ahead 2-1 on an Ogilvie home run. Here's Larry Heisel. He reached on a 2-base error and scored in front of Ogilvie's home run. That was back in the 2nd inning. Johnson sets the target. Tidrow looks in. Here's going to wind up to Heisel. And that is a liner up the middle. That will be deep left center to the wall. Heisel around first. He'll hike in the 2nd and get there standing. A leadoff double for Larry Heisel. So now here's Ben Ogilvie. That was his first home run of the year he hit. So through 36 at-bats, he has 2 triples, a homer, 8 RBIs, hitting .333. That is 11 for, I believe that is 12 for 36 for you baseball mathematicians. So Ogilvie batting, runner on 2nd, nobody out, 2-1 Brewers. Johnson puts down the sign. Tidrow working from the stretch now. Here's a pitch to Ogilvie, and that is a fly ball right field. That's a tough play for Jackson. He's going to have to come come in on it. Hopefully he makes this catch. And no, he cannot make the catch. That drops in front of Jackson. A bad read. Runner from second scores, and the Brewers take a 3-1 lead. So Jackson had a misplayed in right field. He was playing a little bit deep because Ogilvy had the home run his last time up, and he hit it off the end of the bat. Jackson had a charge, unable to make it. He played it off the hop, and the runner scores. So now 3-1 Brewers here in the fourth. So here's Bando. So Johnson goes out and talks to Tidrow some more. Billy Martin kind of shakes his head. Johnson puts down the sign. Tidrow working from the stretch. Here's a pitch to Bando as Ogilvy tries to take an aggressive lead on first. So again, Chambliss has to play back of him. Johnson sets the target. Tidrow working from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Bando, and that will be a fly ball right field. This one Jackson has played and does for the first out. Ogilvy hold, then Gorman Thomas, the batter, singled, and it was promptly picked off. So Johnson puts down the sign. Tidrow working from the stretch. Runner on first, 1 out, 3-1 Milwaukee. Pitch to Gorman, and that's a walk to Gorman Thomas. So now 2 on and 1 out. Brewers now have something going here in the fourth, and here's Wolford. 0 for 1 in the ball game so far. So now Johnson puts down the sign for him. Tidrow laboring out there, working from the stretch. Right-handed Tidrow to the right-handed, hitting Wolford. And here's the pitch. And that will be a walk to Wolford, and Tidrow cannot believe it. And the Art Fowler comes out, the Yankee pitching coach, as Billy Martin has the bullpen scrambling already, a thing he did not want to do after the last start. So again, it looks like it is going to be Ken Clay getting up in the Yankee bullpen again, the Yankee long man right-hander. Bases loaded, 1 out. Moore gets up with the bases jammed to Brew Crew. So now it's Tidrow's job to get a double play ball here. They're playing the corners in, so Dent and Randolph are playing back to get the 2. Johnson sets the target. Tidrow working from the stretch. Bases loaded, 1 out, 3-1 Brewers. Pitch to Moore. Will be a ground ball to first. Chambliss, can he turn 2? This is going to be a tough play for Chambliss, and he gets the out at first. The first double play. How about that, Chambliss? He's the one that can turn it. One of the Yankee finest first basemen. You can go ahead and put that in your playbooks as a 3-2-3 double play. Chambliss comes home. The catcher Johnson, who had a good lane, then threw a strike back to Chambliss, covering for the double play. So the Brewers are out in the fourth. We go to the bottom of the fourth. It's now 3-1 Milwaukee. So Tidrow gets out of the fourth inning with a huge double play. Here's Jackson, grounded out his first time up. Average still struggling. He's only had 2 extra base hits so far this year and 46 at-bats. Moore puts down the sign. Caldwell looks in. Here's the windup to Jackson. And Jackson, it's a liner. No, Don Money cuts it off for the first out. Oh, nice play by Money. He stepped to the right and just got to it. Here's Piniella, 1 out in the fourth. Brewers lead by 2. Piniella grounded out his first time up. Moore puts down the sign. Caldwell looks in. Here's the windup to Piniella. And that's a fly ball left field. Heist is there, makes the catch, and there is 2 outs. So now here's Cliff Johnson. So Johnson comes up, grounded out his first time up. Brewers lead by 2, might as well be by 200 here. This Yankee team doesn't respond to Caldwell at all in the worst kind. He is a Yankee killer. Yankees don't seem to handle him. When they took that 1-0 lead early, he needed to hold on to it. Moore puts down the sign. Caldwell looks in. Here's the full windup to Cliff Johnson. And Johnson ground ball to short. Muller throws out, and that is 3 ground outs for Caldwell. We played 4. 3-1 Brewers. We head to the 5th. A great night for baseball here at the stadium. Dave Little here. Hello, Mr. Dave Little. Welcome aboard. I'm not seeing you in a while. Hopefully you are feeling better yourself. Thank you and welcome to the stadium. So top of the 5th inning here. It is 3-1 Brewers. It'll now be Mauder followed by Money and Cooper. Brewers ahead. Mauder 0 for 2. So Tidrow working in his 5th inning of work. He's pitched really well, though, so far this year. He's got 2 wins, a .60 ERA coming to the game. Johnson puts down the sign. Tidrow looks in with the full windup. Here's the pitch to Molitor. And that is a liner in the gap. That'll be trouble. That's off the center of the wall. Just missed the home run by a few feet. Molitor around first. He'll head to second with a double. And the Brewers have a leadoff man on second. So a big double for Molitor. He possesses a big run for the Brewers here. The Yankees have to keep the Brewers from scoring any additional runs. Here's Don Money possessing one of the great hot streaks so far this year in baseball. 0 for 2, lined out and hit into a force play. Johnson puts down the sign. Tidrow working from the stretch. Runner on second, nobody out. Here's the pitch, and there goes Molitor. He's going to try to steal third, and does. So Molitor gets a good jump, steals third. Johnson made an errant throw, but Nettles backed it up luckily. So Molitor takes third base and a chance to keep this game going. So Molitor with a runner on third and no man out. So now Money the batter. Yanks in trouble here. That's the second steal of third today. Again, bad combination of Tidrow and Johnson allows Molitor to steal third there. Johnson sets the target. Tidrow looking in from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Don Money. And that is a walk from Tidrow. Boy, Tidrow has been tweaked a little bit here. 3 walks in the game, no strikeouts. First and third, nobody out. And now here's the tough little first baseman, Cecil Cooper. Cooper has popped up and flied out. Golden opportunity for Coop here to get a big run, big RBI here. Brewers lead by 2, out hitting the Yanks 6-2. Johnson puts down the sign. Tidrow working from the stretch. First and third, nobody out. And boy, Money was trying to steal second on that one. Tidrow had to step out. So again, Tidrow, the infield is being played in right now. So that allows Don Money to get an instant lead if he can get it. Johnson puts down the target. Tidrow working from the stretch. First and third, nobody out. Pitch to Cooper, and that is a ground ball to third. Nettles has got it. He's got Molitor coming down. He'll go to Johnson, who applies the tag. So that was a very bad play by Molitor. He went on contact. The play went home. Johnson applied the tag, and the Brewers just ran themselves out of a possible big inning. So now first and second, 1 out for Larry Heisel. So Heisel, a batter, he's 1 for 2, doubled back in the fourth. And he steps up here. Johnson now goes out and puts the sign down for Tidrow. Tidrow nods. Tidrow working from the stretch now. First and second, 1 man out. Here's the pitch to Heisel. And that is a strikeout for Tidrow, his first of the game, and cannot come at a bigger time. 2 outs in the fifth for Ben Ogilvy. He's been hot. 2-run homer in the second. RBI single in the fourth. He's had all 3 RBIs. So Johnson puts down the sign. Tidrow from the stretch looks in. Here's the pitch to Ogilvy. And he hits a line drive base hit. That could be a gapper, and it is. Goes to the wall. Money scores. Cooper will go to third. Will stay there. RBI double for Ogilvy. And he's a triple from the Psycho. And another run batted in. The Brewers take a 4-1 lead. What a ball game today for Ben Ogilvy. 3 hits and 4 runs batted in. Second and third, 2 outs. Brewers by 3. Bando steps up, the captain. He's grounded out and flied out. Johnson puts down the target. Tidrow working from the stretch. Second and third, 2 outs. Pitch to Bando, and that's a ground ball to first. Chambliss has got a tough play. Did he get to the bag in time? Yes, he does. To end the inning, the Brewers add 1 here in the fifth. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Brewers 4, Yankees 1. Yankees struggling here, trying to get their offense working. It's been a tough situation for them so far with this offense. And now be Chambliss followed by Nettles and Dent. Left again, right-hander against Caldwell here in the fifth. Moore puts down the sign. Caldwell looks in. Here's the pitch to Chambliss. And that is a liner caught by Money, 1 away. 1 out in the fifth for Mr. Greg Nettles. Singled his first time up. His average continues to climb. Hitting now at .395 and 43 at-bats. Has 4 homers, 7 runs batted in. Moore puts down the sign. Caldwell with the nod and the pitch from the full windup. That is a fly ball right field. Wolford there makes the catch, and there's 2 outs. Caldwell is almost instant death to other left-handed hitters. There is 4 pure lefties in this Yankee lineup, and that does not match well against Caldwell's stuff right now. 2 outs in the fifth. Dent comes up with 2 outs. Dent steps in, 0 for 1, lined out his first time up. Money sets the target. Caldwell looks in. Here's the windup to Bucky Dent. And that is a liner, base hit for Bucky Dent. So Dent gets one through. Base hit number 3 for the Yanks. And here's Willie Randolph. He'll try to keep this going. He walked in fly out first time up. He's 0 for 1. Moore sets the target. Caldwell working from the stretch. Dent to take a good lead off first. Has to be careful he doesn't get picked off. Yankees are down 3. They need base runners. Here's the pitch to Randolph. And the swing. And that's a base hit to center field. Yanks an opportunity with the tying runner comes to plate for the hot Mickey Rivers. He struck out and grounded out his last time up. Average dipped to 315, but he has 3 triples, 4 homers, 12 runs batted in. So that, folks, is, I think, 23 total bases. He has a 16 total bases with the homers, and he has 9 total bases with the triples. So I've been absolutely on fire. So first and second, 2 outs. Rivers comes up. Let's see if you can get a big swing off Caldwell here. You're going to have to generate power on your own. Caldwell's not going to offer it up to you. Moore puts down the sign. Caldwell from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Rivers, and that's a fly ball to center. Thomas is there, makes the catch, and the Yankees will strand 2. We go to the top of the 6th. It's Brewers 4, Yankees 1. So Gorman Thomas will be up, followed by Wolford and Moore as the Brewers start the top of the 6th here. Ken Clay will continue to pitch. In the bullpen, he's getting loose. Looks like he might be the next pitcher coming in. Johnson sets the sign. Tidrow with the windup. Here's the pitch to Gorman Thomas. And that's a fly ball left field. That's White. Does he make the catch on it? He comes in, puts the glove up, and oh, no, he drops in front of him again. He got a bad read, and Thomas is in there with a hit. So, again, the Yankee defense allows another hit. Thomas will have one here. Runner on first and nobody out. And now here's Jimmy Wolford. Wolford has lined out and walked. He's 0 for 1. Johnson sets the target. Tidrow working from the stretch. Runner on first, nobody out. And Thomas was trying to steal, and he got picked off for the second time today. Gorman Thomas might as well find the doghouse and get himself in and shut the door. Second time today, Gorman's been picked off. And here's Wolford. So here we go. Wolford the batter. With 1 out here now in the 6th. Johnson puts down the sign. Tidrow looks in. Here's the big pitch to Wolford. And that's a deep drive to left field deep. White back off the top of the wall, has to play the carom. Wolford will have the second standing and a stand-up double for Wolford. That could have scored Thomas if he was at first base. So the Brewers losing opportunities. Runner on second here with 1 out in the 6th. Brewers by 3. Out hitting the Yanks 9-4. Both teams have committed an error. Runner on second, 1 out for Moore. Moore has singled and ground into a double play. Johnson puts down the sign. Tidrow working from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Moore. And that is a base out the left field. Wolford will go around third and score, and does. RBI Charlie Moore. Brewers lead 5-1, and Dick Tidrow will not make it out of the 6th inning. So here comes Billy Martin. He'll take the ball from Tidrow, and we'll get Kenny Clay coming in. With the score, Milwaukee 5, Yankees 1. This is Sports Time Machine for the 1978 replay of the New York Yankees and Major League Baseball. New pitcher for the Yanks today will be Ken Clay. He'll come in. So Ken Clay is the new pitcher. So Clay comes in. He's 1-0, ERA 5.84. He's already been in 12 innings, given up 18 hits, 4 walks, 5 strikeouts. Has given up 3 home runs, as many as he did during the actual regular season. So Clay comes in, is the long man. Will pitch down Mulder at the top of the lineup. Johnson puts down the sign. Clay looks in. He has to start from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Mulder, and Moore was trying to get a good jump, but he heads back. So Moore again to Clay, again working from the stretch again. Johnson puts down the signs. Clay looks at Moore, and then the pitch to Mulder. And that will be a base hit center field. Boy, what an opportunity that was. They're going to go for third. Here's the throw. Not in time. He just gets the third. Mulder gets to the second. And the Brewers will keep this inning alive. Great base running by Charlie Moore. Just gets in the third. Second and third, 1 man out for Don Money. So now Don Money, the Brewers lead by 4. They've scored in every inning, the 4th, 5th, and 6th, building that typical picket fence. Johnson puts on that sign. Ken Clay Now the infield in, working from the stretch. Here's the pitch to Domini. And that will be a strikeout for Money. So Ken Clay with a huge strikeout here in the sixth. And here's Cecil Cooper. He's flied out. He has popped up, flied out into a fielder's choice. So that's one thing Yankees have stopped today, has been the Cooper bat. He's 0 for 3 today. Johnson puts down the sign. Clay working from the stretch. This is a tough situation. Heisel's been having a great year, and Cooper is a bad matchup for Clay. I wonder maybe you put on Cooper and pitch to Heisel. You know what? The Yankees will do that. They'll go ahead and put Cooper on, who's had a kind of a rough year, but he gives Clay fits with the way he pitches. Now he'll now pitch to another right-hander, and that's going to be Heisel. Heisel so far in the game is 1 for 3, had a double back in the fourth. Heisel having a career year, hitting .340 with 4 homers, so he's not having a slouch time of year. He's having an MVP almost year, but they think even back in 1978, sabermetrics say pitching to Heisel here is a better opportunity to get him out than his pitch to Cooper with the base open. So bases loaded, 2 outs, Heisel the batter. Johnson puts down the sign. Clay from the stretch gets it, and here's the pitch to Heisel. And Heisel just made him pay. Deep to left center field, back goes Rivers, and that's what happens when he walks somebody in front of him. That's a grand slam for Larry Heisel. So Heisel has did it. He's hit the grand slam, the salami, and the Brewers now lead it 9-1. So they walked Cooper in front of them, and Heisel hit his 3rd home run of the series, and the Brewers now lead it 9-1 with a 5 spot here in the 6th. So Johnson goes out and talks to Clay. That's a bad situation for Clay right now. He's got roughed up the last couple times. Johnson puts down the sign for him. Clay now can work from the full windup. Here's a pitch to Ogilvy. And let's see what happens. Ground ball to third, Nettles. Let's see if he makes his play. Throws. Got him. He got the last out. Brewers score 5 in the 6th. They get a crooked number. We go to the bottom of the 6th. It's 9-1 Brewers. So Mike Caldwell comes in. He'll pitch to White, Jackson, and Piniella. Yankees need to get something going here. It's going to be a definite loss clause. Dave Gardner here. Hello, Dave. Welcome aboard. Thank you. Please, everyone here has great channels of their own. A Cleveland baseball fan with his 2007 Cleveland Indian replay. Dave Little is always doing something either for the heart and soul with his or he has his basketball replays, or he has his wrestling. And of course, Dave Gardner has everything from A to Z, including the OTP of hockey and also some other things. So, and also you get Digital Dice podcast. So wherever you have podcasts, you can listen to Digital Dice, and it's all nice. So now, folks, we now go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Yankees are trying to get out of this hole, which is a huge one at this point. Yankees just want to work their way out of it here. It's going to be White, followed by Jackson and Piniella. Switchy lefty-righty against Caldwell, who seems to be in this till the end. Moore sets the sign. Caldwell with the windup. Here's the pitch to White, and that's going to be a strikeout for Roy White. That's a slider on the outside corner. White cannot get to it. 1 away in the 6th. Here's Jackson. So Jackson has grounded out and lined out, and you can tell the Yankee fans are not happy here. What kind of crowd do we have for this Saturday afternoon? It looks like the crowd today is 44,726. So an excellent crowd came to this Saturday afternoon. Tomorrow will be the series finale tomorrow afternoon. And of course, we'll be right here with the Yankee broadcast right here on WPIX and the Sports Time Machine. So Moore puts down the sign. Caldwell looks in. Here's the pitch to Jackson, and that will be a strikeout for Jackson. There's 2 outs. So 2 outs in the 6th, and here's Piniella. He's 0 for 2. Moore puts down the sign. Caldwell looks in. Here's the full windup to Piniella. Piniella pop up the short. Mutter will have it, and Caldwell has a very easy 6th inning. Let's head to the 7th. It's Brewers 9, Yankees 1. Here's your line score through 6. Milwaukee 9 runs, 12 hits, and 1 error. The Yanks 1 run, 4 hits, and 1 error. Here's your out-of-town scoreboard once again. Twins lead the Angels 3-0. It is the Blue Jays leading the White Sox 8-4. It is the Tigers leading the Rangers 9-3. The Indians are making this close. Red Sox lead 7-6 right now over the Indians. Orioles lead the Royals 1-0. Astros and Dodgers are at 4-4. Pirates lead the Cardinals 8-0. Phillies lead the Expos 4-2. Mets lead the Cubs 4-3. Mariners over the A's 2-1. Giants over the Reds 7-1. And the Braves lead the Padres 4-2. Top of the seventh, 9-1 Milwaukee. And here is Bando, followed by Thomas and Wolford against Ken Clay. So Johnson sets the target. Clay looks in. Here's a windup to Bando. And Bando hits a line drive deep left center field. That's down the line. Way to look up. Gone. That's deep in the seats in left field. The captain, Sal Bando. And it's gone. So Bando homers. Brewers lead by the score 10-1. So another run for Milwaukee. They've scored in 4 straight innings. And now here's Gorman Thomas. He's 2 for 2, 2 hits and a walk. Johnson puts down the target. Clay with the full windup and pitch to Thomas. And that's a strikeout for 1 out here in the 7th. Here's Wolford. He is now 1 for 2, a double and a walk. Johnson puts down the target. Clay looks in. Here's the windup for Wolford. And that's ground ball short. Dent's got it. Picks it up and throws the Chambliss for 2 outs. So now here's Charlie Moore, 2 for 3 with an RBI. Johnson puts down the target. Clay looks in. Here's the pitch to Moore. And that is going to be a ground ball to short. Dent's got it, throws them out, and that's it. That's 2 outs here. That's it for the Brewers in the 7th. We go to the last of the 7th. Let's get up and stretch. It's 10-1 Brewers. Let's take a look at our broadcast here so far. Thank you so much for everyone coming in. Clee baseball fan, Dave Little and Dave Gardner. Let's go ahead and let's go speed things through here, ladies and gentlemen. And it's because I'm going to have something we have to do. So let's do it. Let's quick play this to the after the game. For those who are watching here, it looks like the final score. Ooh, the Brewers added 2 more in the 9th and win it 12-1. Mike Caldwell does stay in the game. And that is takes the complete game there. Gossage actually came in and pitched an inning, 1 hit. But Caldwell went the full 9 innings, 4 hits, 1 run. It was earned, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Brewers win 9-1, 12-1 all over the Yanks. Doubles by Mauder, Heisel, Ogilvie, and Wolford. Triples by Bando. And then homers by Heisel, Ogilvie, and Bando. It is so far RBIs by Mauder in the 6th. Heisel had 4 RBIs, including that big grand slam that broke the backs. Ogilvie had 4 RBIs to get him 10. Bando had 2 RBIs to give him 12. Moore had 2 RBIs. It was Mike Caldwell going all the way. 9 innings, 4 hits, 1 run was earned, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Dick Tidrow takes the loss, only on 5 1/3, 10 hits, 6 runs, 6 earned. Clay worked 2 2/3, 6 hits, 6 runs, all earned. He was a long guy and taking the brunt of everything. Gossage came and worked a pretty clean inning, pitched the last inning. Brewers win it by the score of 12-1. Thank you so much for coming in, folks. Sorry about the eruption, but I need to do some other things real quick, and I will talk to you guys later. Thank you again. Appreciate the time. Come in, and thank you for coming as always. Thank you for coming to MLB 1978 Yankees replay, and we'll talk to you later, and have a good rest of your evening.